Hello, everybody. My name is Drew. I'm here in customer success at VibeCloud, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys today about how to get inbound leads from LinkedIn and have them automatically added to VibeCloud. And so we're going to talk today about what inbound leads are. We're going to go over a few tips on ways that you can do this in LinkedIn and just some food for thought, basically. And we're going to talk about the tools that VibeCloud gives you to generate these leads in LinkedIn. We're going to do a quick demo of these tools, but just note that these demos are going to be a little bit high level and not going to go into the step-by-step nitty-gritty of how to do all of this. We have existing help content that can show you how to do that, if that would be helpful for you. And if you're watching this video in our help center, in that post on our help center, we'll have links right there easily for you to use to get those articles. So why inbound leads and what are they? So the difference between inbound and outbound leads, as the name suggests, is that, say, like an outbound lead, this is going to be stuff that is done through like cold calling, cold emailing. Sometimes people buy lists of contacts and email them. Commonly called spamming. And inbound leads are when people are coming to you. It's almost like, if you had a storefront, they're walking through your door, as opposed to you grabbing people from the sidewalk and pulling them in. And so these are generally going to be higher quality leads. They're going to be more productive conversations. It's going to be easier. You're probably going to convert a lot higher. And so these are the ideal kind of lead that you want to get, and LinkedIn is a great place to be able to generate this. And also, it means too that you're not having to worry about spam filters, winding up on blacklists as an emailer, or having to struggle with gatekeepers on the phone. So a couple of ways that you can generate some of these more, and just ways that you can kind of prepare for generating inbound leads on LinkedIn. The big thing that I am a huge fan of is trying to create a headline that is especially like niche focused. And so what I mean by this headline, if you're not familiar with it, is looking at, say, like, my LinkedIn right here, which, by the way, is not exactly optimized for doing this kind of campaigning, because I'm in customer success. But this is the headline right here. And what's notable about it is that this is pretty much this will appear basically anywhere that my name and profile picture appear, like in searches, and if I'm commenting on people's posts, any of these places, like, my headline is going to appear. And so this is a great way to generate interest and generate traffic to your page, and ultimately to your website or landing page. And what you might consider doing too is focusing on niches as well, so that this headline will really resonate with a particular set of people and hopefully boost your conversions. And of course, your banner image is a great place to talk about what your offer is and drive interest. So that's what this image would be right there. And of course, in the about and featured section, you can include a VibeCloud form link, or you could consider that. We're going to talk about what exactly you can do with a VibeCloud sign-up form, but that's what this is right here. And so, great call to action spot right here is just under your headline. So being seen is the name of the game here, right? Impressions are key in marketing. So what are some things that you can do to be seen on LinkedIn. Now, first of all, you can comment on posts. That's a great way to just drive engagement. Say things that are interesting and valuable to people, and every single time you're making a comment, you are showing people what your headline is, which will then hopefully direct people to your profile picture. Visiting relevant profiles is also a great way to get your message in front of people. People will be flattered when they see that that somebody with your kind of description is looking at their page, and a lot of people will just out of curiosity check you out. And also, of course, when you're making comments, you want to keep it high quality wherever possible, and say things that are thoughtful. And also, if your budget allows, because of course it's not extremely cheap, but LinkedIn Sales Navigator is a really good tool to create these subsets of people who match criteria that is really relevant for you, and just show you people who you wouldn't have otherwise thought to visit necessarily. And so this also works really well with that concept of creating a niche specific headline for your profile. Then you go create a list of people who match that niche and are decision makers at their companies, and then you can go through their profiles, creating notifications for them that you visited their profile, and commenting on their content. So a couple of tools that VibeCloud has to facilitate this kind of campaign. One of them is you can schedule your posts out to LinkedIn using our social posting tool. So what this does is it just helps you to be able to schedule a content calendar, manage that content calendar, and just kind of cluster that process of creating maybe that week's or that month's worth of posts, so you don't have to do everything day to day in real time. Also, too, you can create a post for LinkedIn, but also share it to Facebook or something like that too. Just as much work to post to one platform as another when you're using VibeCloud. And so what this looks like is when you go to our into our platform, we've got a community section right here where we've got posts, and you can create a new social post and say and then you can add an image to it to make it nice and eye-catching. Choose accounts, and you can also, of course, post to your personal LinkedIn as well as to your company page. Choose the schedule and hit schedule post. And then you can manage the entire calendar itself like so. So yeah, we're looking at the entire month, and here is that post that I just created. You can drag and drop as well, so it's nice and easy to reschedule things. And if need be, you can delete the post as well. So then we've also got, like we referred to before, VibeCloud's sign-up forms. And so this is where you actually capture those leads and have all sorts of cool automations take place. You can first of all ask them as many or as little or as few questions as you want to. The information that they give you can be added automatically right to their contact records. So, we're well beyond, say, somebody filling out a sign-up form, then you just simply get an email, and now it's up to you to pick up the phone, call them, add them to your CRM. This will just add them to your CRM right away, and then you can also have automations triggered, so they can get an email automatically. If they opt in correctly, they could even get a text if they're giving you their phone number and you have a texting subscription with us. Also, what's cool about these is these can facilitate lead magnets, which of course are really popular. You create a PDF talking about the top 10 trends for this particular year in your particular niche, and they can give you their information, and you can have these deliverables delivered automatically. And because you're not just letting them access it when they simply fill out the form, but it's delivered to them via email, they have to give you their real email address in order to be able to get the goods. So it kind of is self-verifying. And also you can have all sorts of sequences triggered automatically. So it doesn't have to just be one email that's, that delivers the PDF. You can then send them a series of emails or texts that introduces you to them and nurtures and warms up that lead. But just, again, automatically, which is really pretty cool. And also, you can, let's say you're promoting some kind of a webinar or something along those lines, and you want to have people sign up on LinkedIn and then get reminded of the event as the date comes closer. We can help you out with that too. So let's just take a look at that. You'll find sign-up forms under our automations section here in Vibe Cloud. Lead capture, sign-up forms is at the top right there. Just click into a sign-up form right here. And these are really easy to put together. You can just add the fields for what you're looking to have people fill out. You can make them required, make them not required. You can add consent fields too for like text to opt-in. So if you want to, have SMS as an option, you can do that, and you can do it in a way that is compliant. And when you get this, once you've decided what you're going to put on here, you've got your landing page link right here. So that's what can go straight into LinkedIn really easily, though you're not stuck. You don't have to only use our landing page links. These forms can be embedded into your own website too. So if you want to create a landing page on your website that's a little bit more branded and lets people, see your domain, builds trust, you can simply grab the embed code and use an iframe to insert that. So that's really nice and easy. And then it's under this automations tab right here where we can create those automations. Like in this particular example, we've got a series that will trigger. So that's a multi-step automation that will trigger when people fill out the form. And so that's great for a lot of like new lead in kinds of automations or forms. And then also you've got, if you're an enterprise tier user of our system, conditions are an option as well too. So you can maybe have a drop down for if they pick option A, then they receive content A. If they pick option B, they receive content B. So I'm a big fan of that as well. All right, so that about does it here. So I hope that this gave you some good ideas for ways that you can generate interest in LinkedIn and how Vibe Cloud can help you do that in a way that is that is easier than perhaps what you're doing right now. So reach out to us if you have any questions. We're always happy to help. Thank you so much.